Welcome to UG Chapters of English affiliated to BCU. Here is another poem, Measurements, written by Navakanta Barua. About the author, let's know more about him. Navakanta Barua was born 1926 and died 1920. Was born in Purani Godam, Nagaon district, Assam in 1926. Considered to be one of the pioneers of modern Assamese poetry, he retired as a vice principal of Cotton College, Guwahati, Assam. His 38 books include poetry, fiction, critical works, and books for children. He was awarded with the Kabir Samman, Soviet Land Academy Award, and the Padma Bhushan, amongst others. He has also translated Dante, Goethe, Pushkin, Whitman, and Kabir. This poem is an extract from Poetry from the Northeast India, Assamese into English by D. N. Besbarua. Let's know more about the translator as well. D. N. Besbarua was born in 1933 at Jorhat district of Assam. He has a postgraduate diploma in applied linguistics from Reading University, England. He has worked as a lecturer in English in different colleges. He is also a well-known journalist and a translator. He has translated many novels and poems from Assamese to English. He has been honored with B. D. Goenka Navakanta Barua Award for his contribution to the field of journalism in 1997. He has also received Katha Award for translation in 1995. Let's know the theme of the poem. Measurements is a metaphorical poem that invites multiple interpretations. The poem can be read as manifestation of the spirit of nationhood in the background of reign of terror unleashed on the northeast India, especially on Assam, in the name of ethnic violence, communal tensions, and separatist movements. The poet's longing for the stitching of a garment for man can be taken metaphorically as stitching of all the states, including the northeastern states, into the garment of one nation called India. Let's read the poem. It is evening now. Let's go to the tailor's to get measured. Measurements of neck, chest, hands, and arms. Measurements of the thumb. We shall give measurement of the palm and the heart, the entrails, the spleen, and the liver. Give count of hormones and love. Let's give measurement of life, of this and that and various things. Only give the measurements. We shall think of the stitching later on. For the time being, let's just give the measurements. We can only give measurements, we can only take reckonings. We shall record that suicides have swelled considerably. We shall give count of the letters in a speech. Give count of the Christians in Arabia, just give measurements. We shall think of the stitching later on, only think. Someone after us will measure anew, saying that our measurements were all wrong. Fresh new measurements. When will someone stitch the garment to fit man? Is translated from Assamese by D. N. Besbarua. Analysis. The poem can be read as a lament on the emptiness of human existence. The poet ironically points out that so far we have taken only measurements of living and progress of human beings. From such measurements, he says, there can only be calculations and estimation, reckonings. The final lament of the poet is, when will there be a garment stitched to fit man if we go on giving fresh measurements every time? So there will be only measurements to measure human progress, and the actual garment or solution remains elusive to humanity to achieve peace and harmony. The poem also be read as critique of modern civilization. Modern civilization, as an idea, it critiques the idea of development and progress. As the day is moving from evening to night, the world is moving towards darkness in the name of development and progress. In the present times, everything is measured in economic terms, but no one is concerned about what to do with these measurements or how to stitch the garment for the nation with these measurements. Even the measurements done by earlier generation will be replaced by the next generation. That means to say that generations will engage themselves only in measuring the progress of a society in economic terms, but no one will ever think of stitching the garment called happiness that will fit all human beings. No one is really thinking about one central question: what should be the solution to achieve happiness? Analysis 2 or technical part of the poem. He writes in the modernist tradition of Hopkins using sprung rhythm. W.B. Yeats' conflict between the romantic and the modern, and T.S. Eliot material and spiritual hollowness. The poem has a good deal of influence of T.S. Eliot. It reminds the beginning of Prufrock and depicts the purposefulness, hollowness, and faithlessness of modern existence. It bears the influence of the European decadent culture, which reveals the inner crisis of the human soul through doubts, apprehensions, boredom, and frustration. In this poem, Nabakant Barua talks about city life in which man has to go through an endless process of measurements resulting into nothingness. The poem seems to begin with talking about stitching of clothing in a materialistic sense, but in its deeper meanings, it gives philosophical and spiritual perspectives. Different kinds of metaphors have been used to clarify the situations of nothingness and barrenness. Nabakanta Barua is known for the delineation of culture, modernity, human values, insensitivity of the modern people through his poetry. He brings things entailed with social, emotional, and philosophical ideas. His another poem, specially, He Anaraya, He Mahanagar, shows a conflict between his sensitive soul and a disturbing atmosphere of confused values. The concurrent themes in his poems are a juxtaposition between the images of life, love, and death, of beauty and banality, and of hope and anxiety. Sos Dansingat, an anthology of poetry from Northeast India. Signing off, Alianas. Stay home, stay safe.